Hello everyone. Welcome back to video briefing on research writings. In this video, I will be briefing you about creating scope and schedule report for the allocated title on the project that is given to you. Make sure you cross check your GE5103-JMW4A task so that you understand the task that is allocated to you and how you prepare your project charter. So in this task, like GE5103-JMW4A, we created project charter on allocated title. So this is a continuation task. Scope and schedule document is a continuation task, and it is very important that you cross check whatever the information that you provided in project charter task. If you have any confusion, you can cross check here. There are details related to the titles that are allocated to you. So please cross check with that one. Okay, based on that, you can identify your document in the emails that are sent to me. This is a simple paragraph that is given to let you understand what we are going to do as a part of this report. So after reading this, please remove this section, and this should be in APA title. This is a APA title page, so you won't keep anything here. You just remove this paragraph. Next, this is the template that we are going to develop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections are there which we will be writing, and there are certain instructions that are to be followed by us while writing this report. The first and important note is, so you are supposed to pretend like you are running a project that is allocated to you, and from your own experience you are supposed to write up all these sections. Okay, so everything is your personal, and whatever you write, it is based on your experience while running the project, your assumptions on experiencing running a project. So, most important instructions include the following. It is very important that you are not supposed to give any references in your document, and your Turnitin score should be less than 0. So less than 10%. So I recommend you to keep it less than 5%, because when we submit common document, there is a possibility that some documents will contain matching details. So I recommend you to keep it less than 5% only. Cross check your document multiple times using the Turnitin account that is given to you, and make sure that your Turnitin percentage is very less and your AI percentage is also 0. So we cross check this and we update you. If you submit the document today, like I will be updating it to you by tomorrow morning. If we have any AI percent, we will be reworking on that document. And it is very crucial that document is submitted in same order. So you are not supposed to change these headings up and down. It should be in the same structure. Document should be provided. And you are not supposed to combine any sections. For example, some people, what they do is stakeholder engagement and communication plan, they combine it and they write. It is not acceptable. You are supposed to write each section separately, okay, with a heading, given heading. And other than these sections, you are not supposed to write any extra section. These are the only 6 sections that we are supposed to complete in this document. No extra information should be included in the report. These are basic instructions before we continue with the document. So make sure you listen multiple times, you understand them, and then start writing the document. Now let us start understanding different sections of the document and what we are going to write as per the instructions. The first section is finalized project scope. Usually, while writing project scope, we mostly mention what are the important implementations or acts that we do as a part of completing the project. Whatever the things we do as a part of completing the project should be mentioned in a paragraph in simple sentences. Okay, it should clearly evident. It should be, your paragraph should informing the reader what you are going to do in the project. Okay, so maybe like for example, if you are constructing a home, So what could be the important deliverables or acts that we do? So maybe like creating a basement as a part of this project, a basement as a part of constructing the house. What we do, we create a basement, then we create pillars, then we create slab, we construct walls, we install doors and electrical wirings, we install lights like this. So some of the important activities what we do when we are completing the project. That should be written in a paragraph and it should be from your own understanding. And see, for example, if you are writing some project related information, you can cross check what kind of important activities, what the scope of project includes if you are doing some XYZ product. Okay, you can search for that on internet and you can write it. Okay, so it's up to you. If you have good understanding on your project, you can write it on your own. Otherwise, you can search on internet and you can complete it. So next task is WBS. So my recommendation is before writing WBS, develop your project schedule. Because so for WBS discusses about some of the important activities. These all these three activities speaks about important activities that we do. Okay, so please develop project schedule before continuing with the WBS structure. We are not going to change document format, but we complete this task first and developing project schedule task first, and then we come to WBS structure. However, the sequence of sections will be same. Okay. So now the context is we are supposed to create one project schedule chart. So we are supposed to provide project schedule. Then we explain project schedule. What is your project schedule and what are the important things related to your project schedule in two paragraphs. Okay, minimum 5 lines of paragraph should be included. So that's why like I mentioned it as a 200 words, but 5 to 6 lines of paragraph is enough. So 5 to 6 lines of paragraphs, two paragraphs you are supposed to explain about, you are supposed to include, and those paragraphs will be explaining the project schedule. Now, now let us understand how to create a project schedule. Say for example, your project is construction project. So I recommend you to go to internet and search for construction project schedule. Your fear project is a repairs related one. Construction repairs project schedule. If you search about it, it is possible for you to know what kind of important project activities will be included in project schedule. Let's try with an example. So if our project is a construction project, so we get different type of project schedules online. You can cross check images or you can use some templates, Excel templates. So select any one option. So then you will try to get some important details. Okay. So if you take images, it will be very easy. What I suggest is take one image, try to understand that, then what I want you to do is you rewrite it. You try to rewrite the whatever the information that you got in template, you rewrite in your own sentences to create your own tasks. Okay, so that makes your unique project schedule template. So I recommend you to use Excel sheets that are provided in your task requirement mail. It consists of some emails, some kind of templates which you can use to create your own Excel sheet. Okay, so usually your schedule consists of task name, duration, start date, finish date, and predecessor activities. So you can create it using Excel sheets. Please follow Excel links. This is the Excel sheet that is given to you. You just make sure like you create your own different phases, and you include your headings, you include your task names, and you include your durations, and simply you include your start date. It automatically updates all the detail. First you include your main headings of different phases of your project. Next you include all the task sub task related to each milestone based on the document you have cross-checked. Then you include your durations. Okay. And finally update your start date. It automatically updates everything. Okay. This sheet and milestone sheet will be prepared simply. Okay. Use this Excel project plan. Otherwise, and make sure that you try to customize this one. Your table should be customized according to your own style. Okay. So you change colors, you apply some formatting options on this table so that you can use it. Okay, when you include all those things, it automatically calculates total duration of your project, start date and date. Everything will be included here. Okay, you can copy this one, you can take image of this one and you can include it in your code document. This is the project schedule chart that you will be including here, and you will be explaining about your schedule. You speak about important tasks that are included in the project schedule in one paragraph. Then you can explain about the project start date, end date. Okay, what kind of milestones your project consists of, and what are the start and end dates related to the milestones. At each milestone, what we are going to do. So we will be reviewing our project progress, and we try to explain where we are lagging, in which area we are lagging, in which task we are lagging, and how we are planning to we overcome that project lags. That kind of information we will be including in this project schedule. So now see, this is the main task and these are subtasks. Now you are having good idea about how the main milestone is divided into several WBS IDs. This is WBS ID and this is WBS name, work breakdown structure. This is total work breakdown structure where there are different main phases that are subdivided into achievable tasks. What I want you to do is, so this will be completely new. You are not supposed to include the same things here. You are supposed to write the project plan based on your project title. Okay. After that, you just copy this section from one to last section. So these sections should be copied. Now paste it in Word document. So rather than this, what I do is like you can do it like press Alt E S, Alt E S. Okay, all should be pressed independently. First press Alt, next E, next S. Now you just select unformatted Unicode text in all Windows formats, like from 2097 to till date. All the Windows Word will consist of the same option for pasting content in special, like for example unformatted, a special paste option. Okay, so maybe like you just correct whatever the grammar corrections that you are have. Okay, so now w- now what I want you to do is, again you copy this one and just select insert option and the smart draw, select hierarchy, click OK. For this one you get option like this, just click here and remove all. and paste it. So it looks like this. So about this, you give your project title name, maybe construction project. Okay, under this, you select everything tab. Okay, next what we do, under one we have five options. I'm moving them aside. What is this? Better we copy paste it again. So when we select this one, when we got this kind of image, click on here and select and paste it here. Okay, so now project. Sorry for this. Again, try to select a smart art. In the smart art, select hierarchy and select this option, first option. Okay, so I'm just selecting it. Now I guess it works fine. So this, like this, and we copy paste it, and this should be project title. You give your project title. So now you select everything till last and click here. So now you can see that the project is above and remaining all are under it. Okay, so this is the format that we are supposed to create. Now select from 1.1 to 1.5, that should come under first option. Now select 2.1 to 2.6 and it will be coming under 2 design phase. So we are segregating it into different phases. Okay, now 3.1. Now under 4, we are supposed to cross check 4.1 to 4.5. So we did everything. Now under last, in the last project, so this should come under project closure. This is how it will be showing us. Okay, so under each phase, each task will be observed. This is how we will be formatting, and we copy paste this one. So it's a simple task. Actually, for explanation it is taking a lot of time, but it's a simple task. Whatever the tasks that are created in project schedule, that we use to create project WBS structure. So I'm sorry, let me copy this one and I'm pasting it in WBS structure. So about this WBS structure, we will be writing a 2 paragraph content. Okay, so you speak about important phases included in the project WBS structure and speak about some of the important activities that we do under each phase. Okay, that makes your WBS structure and explanation part. So by this, we are in completed with WBS structure and developing project schedule part. These two parts are completed. Now let us start with project resource task. Okay, so for this project resource task, it is asking us to create different type of resources for these categories. So for human means who are the employees, different types of employees that will be included in the work, and the financial, we speak about different types of finances that will be included in the project. Maybe budget, contingency budget, operational cost. So maybe like different types of financial sources that we have. Uh, Maybe sponsors giving money, sponsor financing, and outside financing, loans. These are different sources of finance. Next, we speak about equipment. We speak about different types of equipment that are required to complete your project. So based on your project, you need different equipment. You mention any three equipments. Next, speak about technology. Speak about different property and speak about contractors. These are some of the categories that we have identified this project. For each category, we are supposed to generate at least three types of information. For example, if you take human resource, we are supposed to mention three different roles, human resource roles that will be included and working for the project. Financial resources, at least three financial resources you are supposed to mention. One will be the sponsor, one will be the owner, maybe loans, something like that. Then equipment, different types of tools and equipment that we use on the project. It all depends on your selected project. Next, technology. What type of technology we are supposed to use to complete the project? If we are using any innovative technologies that we mentioned, or you can simply mention different regular technologies that we use to complete your project. Property, maybe different types of property resources that are required, maybe for to construction of land, to construction of a house, we need land. So like that. The contractors, so these are the partners. So different types of partners that will engage in our work to ensure that our project is completed. For example, to constructing the house, we need some kind of contractors like paint contractors, plumbing contractors, construction machine contractors, like the civil work contractors, earthwork contractors. These are different type of people that will be included. But it all depends on your project. So make sure you create a chat simply like this. So when you write all, maybe A, B, C, these are three people that comes under human. Again, A, S, D, maybe again three people like this. When you got this kind of thing, just copy it, go to insert smart art, hierarchy, select first one and copy paste it. You remove unnecessary data. Then mention like project resources. Under this, we have two options. Under human, we have three options. Under finance, we have three options like this. You can create a chart like this. This is project resources task chart. Okay. So when you create all three names or two names for these, for example, if property, if you are not able to get three options, give one option or two options. For finances also, if you are not getting three options, give one or two options. But for remaining all other aspects, you can get more than three options, which you can include. Now, based on this, you will be explaining it in three paragraphs. Okay. So now we will be writing like the next section is about stakeholder engagement. Stakeholders are maybe like the sponsors who will be investing on the project. So what we do is like we are supposed to create a table kind of thing. Otherwise, we list some kind of situations when and where the stakeholder will be engaged in our project. So otherwise, as it was mentioned here, you can write in a one paragraph how the stakeholder will be engaging in the project and when the stakeholder will be engaging in the project. Okay. So most often when stakeholder engages in the project should be reviewed. So most often, like for example, when some project initially when project charter is created, to accept that project charter, stakeholder will be engaged in the project and he will understand the project. Then only he will accept it. When some kind of scope change, when some changes that should be included in the project, again stakeholder will should be communicated. After completing some kind of milestones, after resolving some risks, the information should be communicated to the stakeholder. So when we communicate, when some typical issues that happens with the organization, we should update the stakeholders about what is the issue and how that issue got resolved. That should be explained. How we are explaining it, how we are communicating it to the stakeholder depends on situation. For example, if we are sending monthly statements or project progress statements, most often we share them using email. How we communicate it? We use email to present to share the reports. If we are presenting something, maybe we might be using virtual videos. Otherwise, we present on live presentations to the stakeholders. So there will be different situations where stakeholder engages. You identify one or two situations and how what is the situation you explain, how we are going to communicate with them, like what means by using what means medium, other online, virtual, or live or face to face communication that we make to explain it to the stakeholders that should be explained in detail. It's just one paragraph. Make sure you identify appropriate situations when stakeholder engages with the project, when stakeholder should be informed about the project, and also explain how that communication will be made. The next section is communication plan. So if you cross check, it should be a self-made, and there should be one table kind of thing. You include it as a table that helps. Okay, you simplify it. Different include the chat includes date and time and what will be discussed in the communication and how frequently that communication will be made and type of the communication. This should be included in the table. So you cross check for communication plan templates online. You will find many. So for any project, the communication plan will be same, but what is discussed, what will be discussed might be different because what will be discussed will be depending on your project. For example, milestone. If you take milestone one is completed, that is the reason for which the communication is taking part. Date or time will be like after a month. Otherwise, as we when we prepared schedule in second section, third section, in that we can identify there are different milestone dates. And during that, you can mention one milestone date and you can explain that milestone one is completed. So what will be discussed in that communication? So whatever the work we have completed, for example, if it is a software project, we discuss about the code generated and we speak about different type of errors, what we identified like that. If it is a construction project, what we discuss about part of construction that is completed, whatever the risks we identified. So it is like based on your project, what we discuss will depend. Okay, so make sure you identify at least three different meetings and you explain about the table in two paragraphs. Okay, so you are supposed to include a table, then we discuss about the table in two paragraphs. So based on the information you present on table, you will be having lot of scope to discuss about them. Okay, that is all related to the communication plan. So make sure you complete as it was mentioned to you and give the best document. So don't forget to review your charter, project charter, because project charter will be the input document based on which you understand what we are going to write in this project report. All right. All the best, team. Thank you.